Right, I just realised I've got a Twiglet that looks like a ice cream scooper. It's got like a little hole in it. Obviously you can't see it. I can put it on the microphone. Can you hear the contours of the spoon? Yeah, I wonder what Twiglets with ice cream would be like. Probably kind of bad.
Probably the worst thing ever made.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, that. We need to stop snacking away. Hello and welcome to another Lucky Hit podcast. Don't know why I'm talking like that.
Neither do I.
I am Murray Curry and I am joined solely once again by
The Gagger Man.
And unfortunately, Flattheyounger is still unavailable. He'll be with us next week, but you know, So
we'll be back to everything. Will be back to normal next week.
Yes, hopefully something comes up.
Reason. Next up, it'll probably just be me and Phil, or just me.
If something happens to me next. Okay. Welcome. This is episode number 13, I believe. So. Yes.
We're not recording it on a Friday though, so that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was terrible, sorry.
So let's kick off with a track.
Hey.
Because we got lots to talk about this week.
Definitely.
So, cooking battle. That was from Pretty. Can I really be the main hero, dude?
Can I really be the hero, dude? Is that it, dude?
I believe it does have dude at the end, but I'm not sure. A fantastic Disgaea spin-off. I suppose you can't really call it a spin-off, really. It's
on PSP, wasn't it?
Yeah, on PSP. Yeah. It kind of was like for those who might not have heard of it, it kind of played like Ghouls and Ghosts. It was incredibly hard. You play as disposable prinnies. You had about 1,000 lives, and you pretty much needed them because I never actually managed to quite finish the final stage.
Wow.
It just got ridiculous. Like, it was just huge.
That song was Beyond the Aurora, which
That's
was
right.
part of the Chefbot battle.
Chefbot 9000.
That's a great name for a robot.
He's a
there
really
was one.
yeah.
Is he actually a chef as well? Does he?
He had like a big knife and something else, and he was actually before the start the fight. He shouts "cooking battle."
He wants to cook some penguin.
Yeah,
4,000 of them.
very tough game, very good game actually as well. I love the Disgaea series and their quirkiness.
Yep.
Okay, right. So we're going to jump into got a bit of news.
Yep, we've got plenty of news actually. Found loads of stuff. There was another Nintendo Direct. This seems to be how Nintendo just announces things now. They don't even tell you what's going to be in it. They just go, "Oh, we got a new one. It's on at 3 o'clock. Come and see what we got." And there was a few little announcements for Wii U and 3DS. One of them was a new Kirby game for the 3DS, which looks really nice. In fact, it looks almost exactly like the Wii one. It came out a little while ago. Not Epic Yarn, the one after that. The one was called like Return. I think it was Return to Dreamland in America, but over here they gave it a really generic name like Kirby Adventure Wii or something. It was actually a really good game. It was almost like a remake of Superstar Saga on the SNES. So that was a really good game. It looks like the new one on the 3DS looks like it's using pretty much the same engine, except now it's got like multi-layered levels. You know, like the Wario Land game on Virtual Boy. Yeah, you know, you go into the background and you fly in forwards and stuff like that. And as usual, whenever they announce a Kirby game, they never tell you the title of it until it comes out, so it's just Kirby. They do that every time. I can't think of any. And then the other thing with Kirby games is they never have the same name here as they do in America. They always change them. I'm not sure why.
That is a bit strange.
It's really odd. And we never got the 20th anniversary collection in Nintendo. There was a lovely collection they released in Japan and America. Right. And it had like the SNES game, the two SNES games, the NES, the Game Boy, even the N64 game, all on a disc. You can get them on Virtual Console, but they put them all on one disc and put like challenge levels from Kirby Adventure Wii and a bunch of extra bits and bobs. And they never released it here. I think it was because the Wii U was on its way out, so they just thought, we can't be bothered, basically. So we never got that one. I might even have to import it because I can play American Wii games. So I've only got one American Wii game for my modded Wii, but it's Excitebots, which is an amazing game, and I'm gonna have to review that sometime. That's another one we never got because it sold about 300 copies or something ridiculous. It really tanks. So there was that. They also showed a new trailer for Super Mario 3D World, and to be honest, this was the first trailer that made it look really bloody good. I mean, like, they showed a lot of stuff, like loads of new mechanics, and it definitely looks like it is the next proper 3D Mario. Because obviously when they first showed it, it was like, it looks okay, it's like 4-player. It kind of just looks like a sort of HD version of the 3DS game, 3D Land. But judging from that trailer, it looked really nice. They had all this stuff like you're running around carrying a piranha plant to like eat other enemies. There was like silhouette level parts. There was every platform has those now. It still looked really nice. And there was loads of really like interesting mechanics. There was even, there's the Cat Marios. There's Cat Goombas. There are actually little Goombas dressed up as cats around the levels. And there was this other mechanic where like you hit something and you duplicate twice or 3 times. And there was a bit at the end of the trailer where they actually showed 3 players, all 2 of each of them, doing the moves at the same time, all as cat versions of Peach and Mario now, all running. So there was like 10 characters flying around the screen. It just looked mental. So, and the other, probably the coolest thing in the whole trailer was Bowser's car. He's got an amazing, pimping, spiky, big car, big purple Cadillac car for like one of the boss levels, which actually kind of looks like a Sonic boss because you're like running along like automatically and he's throwing bombs at you. But that was. Really cool. If that car's not in Mario Kart 8, I'll be really surprised. It looks fucking awesome. That's probably the highlight of it. It's like, sold on that car. Can they do a pre-order where you get like a toy of that car? Because that'd be awesome. That'd be rad. So that actually made 3D World look really cool because obviously it's been a bit lukewarm at first because when they first showed it, it was just kind of like, it looks okay, but it's no Galaxy really. It didn't look wow like Mario Galaxy did, but now it kind of does. And if anyone was wondering about the I don't think anyone would be wondering about the plot of a Mario game.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that Peach is playable means, oh wait, that means they're not going to have Bowser just kidnap Peach and whatnot. Some people even reckoned that Wart from Mario Brothers 2 was going to make an appearance because there was no Bowser in the early trailers, so people thought, is he going to show up? Because you got the 4 characters that have the same abilities they had in Mario 2. But yeah, the story is basically some little fairy thing gets kidnapped by Bowser instead.
So it's still got Bowser kidnapping someone.
So yeah, exactly. So yeah, nothing special there.
Great stuff, Nintendo.
Great literature in the Mario franchise as always. Not that we really care because it's still a fun game in that. We did play that at, we're going to get to Eurogamer. I did actually play a bit of 3D World and we didn't really cover it. It was one, I didn't get any footage, and 2, spent more time just like getting a bit annoyed with the stuff. I'll get back to that later. I'll come back to that little thing. So yeah, I didn't really get much of a very good opinion of it when I played it, but yeah, it does look really interesting. It does look like it would be worth getting if you have a Wii U, and if you don't, probably might be worth getting a Wii U for.
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully.
Fantastic.
Anyway, the trailer definitely made it look more promising than initially thought. So yeah, anyway, there was a bit of bad news in. Speaking of the Wii U, there was actually a bit of bad news in there. They've delayed Donkey Kong Country Tropical Breeze. Tropical Breeze, because it's like penguins are attacking them or something and they freeze everything or something. But
yeah, I thought it was freeze.
Yeah, freeze.
Freeze.
Tropical freeze,
sorry,
yeah.
I thought you said breeze.
Breeze. Oh, I probably did by accident. So yeah, they had that at Eurogamer, didn't they? And they were even saying now it's coming out in like November.
Yeah.
But now they've just announced, nope, 2014. They're not even saying when in 2014. They're just 2014. I bet the game's finished as well. It must be finished by now. But they just, I'm actually kind of worried they've delayed it just so they can like pad out the first half of 2014 because it almost looks like they're struggling to get games out even into next year. You'd think they would start actually ramping it up, but it kind of feels like, I don't know if that's the case. They might be going back and improving it, but you know, the whole please understand thing that Iizuka, no, not Iizuka, that's the Sonic game, Iwata always has to say whenever he delays something on the Directs.
It's a shame though.
Yeah. Bit of Sonic news. There's actually a couple bits of Sonic news.
Oh,
I'm kind of doing all the talking here, aren't I? But
it's alright.
at the Nintendo Direct, they announced that Sonic's going to be in the next Smash Brothers. I don't even know what they're going to call that yet. It's just called Smash Brothers for Wii U 3DS.
Yeah, I mean...
I presume it's just going to be Smash Bros 4, but I don't know. So they've announced Sonic for it, which was kind of expected, I suppose. But they also had a Sonic Lost World level in the game, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, they have they?
Yeah, that means they are putting really current stuff in there, so that means there's a good chance they might put a wonderful 101 character in there. Because people were like, oh no, they can't put that in there, it's too recent, it's too close to release. But the fact that they put a Lost World level in there kind of defeats the point. But yeah, now we're going to have a game where you can not only have Mario and Mega Man beating the shit out of each other, but now Sonic as well. So all they need to do now is put Pac-Man in there and Bomberman, and I'll be very, very happy.
That would be something.
I'm not quite sure what Pac-Man would do other than just eat people, but
yeah, well they put like
Bomberman could do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
And
that's what we need, don't we? We need a video game crossover thing.
Namco's actually developing this Smash Brothers, I believe. I think they've actually got one of their development teams working on this game, so there's definitely going to be a Namco character, and it's more than likely to be Pac-Man, if not Pac-Man. It'd be quite cool if they got Kelowna, but that's not really going to happen. You know, the rabbit character. I don't think they'll use him, but that would be cool if they did, though. And Konami hasn't shown up again yet. I don't think Snake's gonna come back. They might do, but it just seems a bit weird to even have Snake in that.
Yeah,
like it's like it doesn't really fit in. I don't know. It was alright. It was really funny when they revealed him back at E3 that year. The trailer for it when he was like hiding in the box and that. But I don't know. It just seems like it wouldn't really. I think Konami should put a different character in. Either Simon Belmont would be really good. That would be fantastic.
Especially if it was
like he looked like the original sprite, but in 3D, and he actually just did all the animations and he jumped and whipped and stuff. But
that'd be insane.
For me, even better than that would be, I don't think this would ever happen, but Sparkster from Rocket Knight Adventures. He's he's practically made for that game. He's already got like enough moves to be every single attack that you would need in a Smash Bros. Game, because obviously they have the attacks where you press B in a direction, and each direction's a different special attack, isn't it? But yeah, I can imagine the mechanics for that working really nicely. So if they want to put Sparkster in, hint, that'd be really nice. And so you could put both in if you want Summon Bomb. Just fill Smash Brothers with every classic character.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Proper ones, not bloody, I don't know, Crash Bandicoot or something. That wouldn't make sense. Like proper, like Mega Man, and obviously you got Mega Man, but I think Bomberman would be nice.
Yeah, I mean it would never happen, but imagine
in the case of Bomberman, he's kind of owned by Konami now as well, funnily enough, so that's not likely. They'll probably prioritise one of their own characters rather than a character from a company they bought and killed. I still can't forgive them for that.
No.
They literally just bought out Hudson Softs just so they could dismantle them and turn them into a bloody pachinko and mobile phone company. It sucks. The fact that there's no Bomberman games coming out for the foreseeable future is depressing. Really depressing.
It is. I do love my Bomberman games.
Yeah.
See, I was just saying, like, a crossover game that isn't just, it's over the whole industry, not just a specific thing. A company, that would be so special.
Yeah,
but it would never happen.
Just a big fat crossover game.
That's what it could be called, the big fat crossover game.
Yeah, exactly. Just have everyone in there. Or something, I don't know. Yeah. That's what most people use Mugen for.
Yeah, it's funny you should mention that. There's that I think it's called Card Fighter. That was an interesting game. That was really fun. The one I saw was Soma from Castlevania versus Chrono from Chrono Trigger.
Oh yeah.
They all had really good moves.
Card Fighter. That actually looked really promising, that game, because it's all like original sprites and stuff.
It looks like it is going to happen.
I mean, Mugen stuff is always like really broken, like unbalanced crap, but it's still fun to knob about in. I've dabbled in it. I think years ago, way back like 2004 or something, I did actually make some levels for it.
Oh,
like
brilliant.
Stages for Mugen. They were just like flat pictures, but and you just pick the music and stuff. They weren't that. It was too complicated to try and make one with animation in that. Yeah, but
it does look promising. Yeah, that kind of.
One of the stages I made was a stage from Fighting Vipers. I actually found like the textures and managed to recreate it in 2D. It was really cool.
Wow!
And add the music and everything.
That sounds great.
Yeah. One last bit of Nintendo news. This wasn't part of the Nintendo Direct, but this is something that's just happened recently. There's an update on the Wii U that lets you play Wii games on the gamepad, but. Right. And there's a big but. There always is a but when it comes to Nintendo news for some reason. You still have to use the Wii remote. So you're playing it on the little screen, but you can't really hold the screen because you've got to hold a Wii remote and nunchuck or classic controller. Or
that is quite a big
really
but.
Dumb, isn't it? That's really dumb, because like, can you imagine if you could just like, I don't know, play just figure it out. Excitebots. If you could just play Excitebots. And take it, just play it on that would be fantastic. That would be brilliant. But yeah, they had. I guess they didn't figure out how to work it so like the classic controls would work on the actual gamepad controller. It's weird.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that's a real shame, isn't it? That could have been a really good feature, but they kind of ballsed it up. Well, moving on from Nintendo. We've got one last bit of Steam news. This actually happened the day after we recorded the last podcast. The third announcement of the big thing they were doing was a Steam controller, which I don't think anyone saw coming from a million miles away. And I'm sure everyone's I'm sure everyone's seen it by now. But like, it's interesting. It's like they've gone out of their way to make it so they don't hit any other patents or anything with any other controller. They've made it as deliberately different as possible. But it looks really interesting. I'm actually intrigued to try it out sometime. Maybe it'll be at next Eurogamer or it'll be out by then. I'm not sure. But basically what they've done, they've tried to make a controller that will be compatible with every PC game on Steam. Even games that use the mouse and keyboard somehow. And so they reckon it'll work with everything. You can play pretty much any like first-person shooter, all that kind of stuff. It's got like trackpads instead of analog sticks, which look very strange. It just looks like it's got big eyes to me. It's very weird. And
they do look odd.
They've put the buttons somewhere in the middle, like sort of like near the trackpads. It looks really strange because usually what we're used to having like obviously most controllers have the buttons on the right and
Yep.
the stick on the, but they've put like the buttons sort of like next to the trackpad,
It
in the,
really
sort
is
of near the middle,
off-looking.
and then they've got a touch screen in the middle, which is supposed to be kind of like the PS4 one, except it's actually in 4 pieces, so it's technically also 4 buttons.
Yeah.
So you can use those as buttons as well, but then it also has a screen on it and comes out with stuff.
Oh right.
That's what that middle bit is, I think. On the description for this thing, they say you can even play Euro Truck Simulator 2 with it. And of course, Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Because you need that.
Yeah.
That's a deal breaker.
Yeah. And then they've also got, I don't know what these things on the back are, haptics? I don't- just like little touch things on the back. So yeah, it's like touch screen buttons. Yeah. So and they give you an example of how the controls will work by using their Portal 2, and they show how everything's assigned.
Yeah.
And another thing with it is they have made it so you can. They're making it open. They want people to be able to hack it, basically. They want people to basically use it for what they want to use it for. So it's really interesting. This is obviously this is like their answer to, we're going to make Steam machines, but how are people going to play them on their telly if they need a keyboard and mouse?
Yeah.
This is like their answer, I suppose. So really intrigued to see where this goes. So
Very interesting stuff indeed.
the Q&A is quite funny. I'm a happy Steam customer, happily using my happy mouse and keyboard. I don't want a controller. You can't make a sentence into a question by just putting a question mark at the end.
What?
Oh, Valve. But we're happy, you're happy, and by all means keep using whatever input method makes sense to you. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know when this thing's going to come out, but obviously they want people to follow the Steam Universe community group, so to give them updates about their 3 big projects, the Steam OS, the Steam machines, and this thing.
Well, yeah, we'll certainly keep our eye on it and keep
What
you
do you think
informed.
of it?
I quite like it.
Yeah,
Actually,
I think it's kind of interesting. Yeah,
It is
most
odd,
people
I
are
will
like,
give
"Oh,
it
it's
that."
ugly. What
Yeah.
the hell? I don't like change. But I'm actually really intrigued. It does actually sound like it's made for, it's not like a controller that's like, oh yeah, it's for casual people. It feels like they're trying to do something drastically different, but they're also trying to make it so it's as functionable for proper games as every game as possible.
Yeah,
So-
I'm really interested in getting hands on with it to see what it feels
definitely.
like, because obviously that's the deal breaker.
Yeah,
Does it feel
I
comfortable in the
presume
palms?
I don't know how long they've been working on this thing or when it will happen.
Yeah.
So they're saying about beta controllers and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Well, we'll keep you posted.
And it won't only work on Steam OS operated machines either. It says it will work with PC as well and Mac and all that. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Yeah,
It is.
And I guess the other bit of Valve news, which is sort of news anyway, it's more of like it's not even a rumour, it is kind of confirmed now, but they've trademarked Half-Life 3. And someone's found stuff about them actually developing it. Like they've actually found people that said, oh yeah, we're working on it. Oh no, it was like a list, wasn't it? It seems a bit like invading their privacy a little bit, but they actually found like emails of people that are put down as Half-Life 3 developers. It's like, really? You have to go that far?
Yeah.
But yeah,
So you might as well just start knocking door to door now.
Yeah.
You
so
working on Half-Life? No.
So basically, it's happening.gif. Yeah, the guy frailing like that with the rainbows. Yeah. That's all we've got to say about it, really, because there's nothing other than the fact that it's being trademarked, which doesn't always even mean anything. I mean, Sega trademarked Cosmic Smash again a while back, and they haven't done years ago, and they haven't done anything with it since. So
That annoys me when that happens.
yeah, it's like
that
the
always been trademarked.
They just trademark it so they can hold on to it, basically, and just sit on it some more.
It's annoying.
I mean, I thought that's what they were doing. To be honest, I'm surprised they even have to trademark Half-Life 3, because you'd think they'd already own Half-Life.
Yeah.
So surely the number doesn't make a difference.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like someone goes out there and goes, "Oh, I'm going to become Half-Life 3 plumbing." You own Half-Life, but I own Half-Life 3. Half-Life 3 carpentry. Yeah, sure. I don't know. It could happen. So I guess
that's the
probably...
worst form of undercutting ever.
Yeah. Right.
I thought I ordered a game, but apparently a plumber's coming round.
Right, might as well just do one last bit of news, because otherwise we'll be here all day. We would have been going for 20 minutes.
Okay, go on.
Mighty Mighty Number 9, the not Mega Man game,
yeah.
has finished. The Kickstarter's ended. It made a lot of money.
It made every stretch goal they could throw at
Every
us.
single stretch goal they put. The last day was ridiculous. It just went mental in the last day. Everyone's just like, right, we're getting that stretch goal. Right, that one. We're just going to hit all of them. Basically, in the last few days, they also opened up PayPal donations, which also they add on top of what's on the Kickstarter. Because obviously on Kickstarter, the company Kickstarter has to take a percentage of it. So PayPal is like another way of getting people in that don't want to use their bank card on Kickstarter. So basically what happened is the Kickstarter ended at $3.8 million. But after PayPal, it was well over $4 million. So it hit every stretch goal.
Absolutely fantastic.
It's coming. It's basically coming out on everything.
Yeah,
everything that
originally
it was
current gen, next gen. It's all happening.
Handhelds as well. There's going to be a 3DS version. They've got a company in Europe apparently to port it.
Excellent.
Vita version, PS3 version, PS4 version, 360 version, Xbox One version. So yeah, it's coming out on everything. Except the Dreamcast. But yeah, or the Fetrix. But yeah,
all the picture.
Yeah, they should do like another stretch goal for Fetrix version, but that ain't gonna happen. Or actual NES version. That would be nice. I don't know. No, they also put out a really short video that was sort of like their first experiments of seeing how the game would not so much look, but how it'll feel.
Yeah,
they put out like a little tech demo video, and it's literally 10 seconds of the what's his name, Beck jumping around pretty much exactly like Mega Man and shooting at not them guys with the helmets. Yeah, the Mets. Yeah, they're just like cones. I actually really like them. They're like traffic cones with feet, aren't they? They're really cute. But yeah, so they put out Mega Man shooting at not Mets. It definitely looked really smooth in that, and apparently they made that in the Unreal Engine, so that's interesting. Right. So I don't know if the final game will be made in that, but either way, Unreal Engine has actually, it does. Not every Unreal Engine game looks like an Unreal Engine game, as seems to be the case with a lot of them. I mean, that new Guilty Gear's running on that Unreal Engine, and that does look phenomenal. So, yeah, really looking forward to Mighty Number 9. It's not going to come out until 2015, but obviously they've got to start making it now, and now they've got their monies.
There's no excuse now. It's got to be the best thing ever.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of proved to Capcom that people did want a new Mega Man game, a proper Mega Man game.
Well, I'm pretty sure they've been plugging their ears to people shouting at them for the last few years.
Yeah.
Can we have another Mega Man? Do you want another Street Fighter?
Another one?
Street Fighter 2?
Street Fighter 4 Hyper Turbo Super Duper Edition with characters we copy pasted from another game.
I like Super Trooper Edition.
Super Trooper Edition. Or Super Trooper Edition with ABBA as playable characters.
Oh my. So is that our news yet?
I guess, yeah, pretty much that, except there's just one last thing about GTA 5, because it's going to end up being a thing every week at this rate. As you could probably give us a little bit of elaboration on a bit later when we get to what we've been playing.
Absolutely.
Rockstar have temporarily disabled microtransactions on GTA Online because they don't want people spending money on something that doesn't work.
Right, well, if anything, if last night was anything to go by, they've also temporarily disabled online. Because I was trying to get on there for hours last night. I couldn't get on there for love nor money, or love of money, which is why I wanted to get on there.
Yeah. So yeah, basically that's, they're really struggling to get this thing working, as we kind of saw coming, and I'm pretty sure they saw coming when they probably tried their hardest and slung money at it, and it still weren't enough because there's that many people that bought this bloody game. It's just got ridiculous. So yeah, current issues Rockstar is looking to include. I'm not going to read all these because there's a lot
basically.
Social club issues. Update 4.
Oh, do you know how many social club issues I've had?
Yeah, there's so much stuff going on.
Oh wow, they've had to number the updates and everything.
Yeah, update 5.
God.
Oh, Christ. Yeah, we're not going for all this. But basically, if you go on Eurogamer or something, you can see all the updates if you're playing GTA 5 to find out what's going on with your game and why you can't play it.
Just to read this opening line: technical issues with Grand Theft Auto Online are climbing at an alarming rate. There you go.
Yep, that says it all.
So,
At this rate, we're just going to have to take the game away, and
Yeah.
I don't know. We're just going to have to build a whole console just to run this game.
Yeah.
Just a GTA 5 console, and it's just the online infrastructure is exclusive or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's getting to that point.
Oh my god.
So yeah,
So,
that's the news.
News.
News. Let's have another track.
Yes.
Yep, I'll have this one.
Okay.
This song's got to be a bit weird. It's actually quite an old song. It's from 1993 actually, and it's another racing game song. But I'm not going to say what it is. I'm just going to play it, and you'll be like, "What?" But yeah. Oh dear.
Oh.
But, yeah, I'm coughing.
He's got Twiglet breath.
I've got Twiglet breath.
Twiglet cough.
Yeah, I'm coughing like all the Marmite onto the microphone. So yeah, track. Right, we're back.
That was some music.
That was a thing. So yeah, that was Rotterdam Nation remix from the original Ridge Racer on the PlayStation, like the very first one. So yeah, from 1993. You wouldn't believe that. I mean, I know some people probably think that's like dubstep or something, but it's probably more happy hardcore than anything. One thing I found out about it is when you if you play it backwards, I haven't tried this myself, but if you play it backwards, the weird squeaky voice that's in it is actually like the commentator from the game backwards but sped up, saying something like, "You're going the wrong way, you're crazy," or something. Yeah, and it's just like sped up and reversed.
Wow.
It's a pretty mental song. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure. I remember hearing it for the first time like ages ago when I first got like Ridge Racer, like the original one, because I didn't actually get a PlayStation until sort of after around the time the Dreamcast was stopped making games for it.
Right.
Around that time I was like, okay, I found one of them little PS1s at
yeah.
and Ridge Racer was one of the first things I picked up for it, and that music was like in the replay bit. I was like, what? What the hell is this? I don't remember this in the arcade. Apparently it was in the arcade one, I'm not sure. At first I originally thought that they replaced the soundtrack in the PS1 European version with like loads of like Euro stuff, like Euro trash. I was like, but it turns out that's the actual soundtrack. So it's just the first track song that sounds normal, and then there's just go batshit insane.
We got him in now.
Now just thump him over the head with this crazy shit. But yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for that. That was mental.
Yeah, it's very mental. So wait, what have we been playing?
Right. Yeah. More GTA.
We definitely played a lot of games over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
As obvious, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, since we got back, I've been playing more GTA 5. Surprise! You surprised? GTA Online launched on Tuesday.
Was it Tuesday or Monday or?
I think it was Tuesday in the morning.
Okay.
I was waiting up for it, but it didn't launch quick enough, so I just went to bed. But yeah,
faster.
So I got on there, and I actually could get on, set up my character. The intro sequence when you play the game is like, you're going through the city and you're being introduced to the city in general. Half the city wouldn't load.
Didn't you say it was like just? You told me earlier. Floating, just like windows. Floating windows.
Yeah.
Oh,
floating
wow.
window lights.
Oh wow, that's quite a cool abstract game.
Well, what I love about it is I actually capped the footage, so I will show it off.
Oh, fantastic.
But, it's like it's got all the credits playing, and it's like it's supposed to look really nice, and
just windows.
And
it's a bit like when I was playing, going back to like Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
If you play a scratched copy of that game on a Dreamcast, all the scenery disappears. And even though my copy's not scratched, I played it on my modded Dreamcast, my PAL copy of Crazy Taxi, and it didn't. It thought the game was scratched, so the scenery started disappearing, and all you can see is the people, and their little circles, and I don't think what else. Yeah, just the cars and the people. That's all you can see, and then just the sky. So there's just hundreds. You could just see people for miles, and like cars floating around, and you have to guess where the walls are. So I guess it was kind of like that. I guess.
Are you sure that was a scratch copy or just a really hard mode?
I was thinking that. It's like, hard mode unlocked.
Yeah.
Like sky mode. I'm flying around and picking up floating people. It's actually quite fun trying to play it like that. Except when you keep just hitting walls and going the wrong way.
Stuck in like a court yard.
Yeah.
You can't move.
Or something. Yeah.
So yeah, things weren't loading properly. And then for quite a while it was playing alright, like absolutely fine. But I tried to get back on it last night, and I never got on. Nothing. Just
so you've been able to play it a couple of days then.
Well, one sort of solid day.
Got any experiences that you can?
I actually quite enjoy it when it works.
Did you mainly like pick? Were you playing with like random people or just?
Yeah, I was playing with random people, and then I got Simon. He came on and joined with me, and we had to go at some really fun missions that we sort of sift through a load of stuff that the game was throwing at us. There's hundreds of missions on there.
Yeah.
And we found this one that we just stuck on for ages. It's one where one team is on dirt bikes going across the road, and the other team's in Harrier jets.
Wow. Okay. That seems fair.
Yeah, it's called like Hunter and Runner or something like that.
Wow.
And I was like, it was just the two of us because there's something wrong with the inviting system. It was being a bit annoying. Like, he said it was inviting players, but no one would actually get one.
Oh, okay.
So it was just us two. So he was chasing me along, and I was just trying to avoid these missiles flying past. I could see him circling around, ready to go again. And it was just one really great bit where you could just hear me on the microphone going, because I was having to swerve out the way of these missiles going straight past. Anyway, I never quite made it. No, tell a lie. There was one where I was going up a hill and I actually saw him going low and smash into a rock next to me.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, when the game works, it's bloody fun. Like,
yeah, I'm sure once they actually get it all sorted and it's actually settled, it'll be fantastic. It's just taking them a few days.
That's
so
right.
far.
I mean, yeah.
Come next week, hopefully it'll. We'll
Hopefully
actually be able to talk about it a bit more.
Just getting on it would be nice. I spent all night last night trying to get on it, and I couldn't get on a single time. It would kept. In fact, it crashed my game completely 3 times every time I tried. So, but yeah, I mean, I spent the first while on the online mode, just in the world, not really doing much of the missions, just robbing all the shops for money. That was quite a fun system because like you can you hold the gun to the shopkeeper and he starts filling out. He fills up a plastic bag with money, and you can shout down the headset to make him do it faster.
Really?
So yeah, at one
Is
point,
it anything? He just responds to
You
anything.
can
So
just go. Bah, bah, bah.
I really like you.
So there
You
was
don't really have to give me that money. Why are you going faster?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Take it easy, man. Well, there was one bit where I was like, robbing the shops and I was getting on with it. I wasn't really shouting because I didn't really want to do it, but there were so many people on my headset just going, "Come on, give me the money!"
Oh dear.
There were loads of them doing it.
Oh god.
Give me the money, you fuck!
Oh dear. That seems kind of like it. You're gonna get a lot of children on that.
Oh god. Yeah, I already had a few kids on there that were just annoying. There's one kid who was like, "I spent real money and bought a nice car, but it got stolen." And then somebody went, "Did you get insurance?" And he went, "No, I mean in Grand Theft Auto." Well, please get off the game. And the guy just sort of sniggered and went, "Yeah, in Grand Theft Auto, do you have insurance?" "What? No, in the game."
Is there actually car insurance in the game?
Yes.
Or? Oh, there is.
Yeah. What I love about it is because the game is called Grand Theft Auto, online you basically have personal cars, right? I really like the way they've done this actually. If you just steal someone's car in the street and you drive around, after a while the police will be looking for that car because it doesn't belong to you. So, like in real life, they'll clock the number plate and they'll come after you.
Oh, wow.
So you have your own car, and what you want to do is you take it to a garage. You get your car literally by either buying it online, but because money is slow at first, you do have to steal someone's car, right? But you take it over to like the garage and you can fit a tracker on it so it's always on the map.
Okay.
And then you put loss prevention on it so you get insurance. So it's like depending on how good the car is, like the one I got was quite basic. It's a couple of grand to get it insured. And basically what happens is every time it gets destroyed, she had to really look after it, which is annoying because you can have other players go just destroy it.
Just drive along and blow up the car. Yeah.
But basically, every time it gets destroyed, you phone up your insurance company and you can request another car for £1,000.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I thought that was quite cool. And I also like the way they're trying to, because obviously Rockstar gamers are generally fucking irritated. So it's like
Rockstar gamers.
Yeah, like
people that work for Rockstar, or they just people that play Rockstar.
People that generally the kind of knobs that play multiplayer all the time.
Okay.
Rockstar, I've gone to great lengths to try and encourage people to be, as they call it, good sports. So it's like not leaving games early, not abusing players, all that sort of stuff.
Isn't there supposed to be some kind of like safe mode or like friendly mode?
Yeah. I think it only really works if you're on foot and you can't use weapons and you can't be killed.
Okay. Because if it was just you can't kill any. You can't be killed, but you can still kill people. Everyone would activate it, wouldn't they? They just go, "Hey, you can't kill me back."
I think you can still kind of attack them, but I think if you attack people, because it comes up, their marker turns into a white flag, which means just leave them alone.
Oh. Okay.
I think if you start attacking them, then you become a bad sport, and like you can't like. This is what I like. This is what I like about they're kind of encouraging, because you get periodic rewards for being a good sport.
It's funny how the one player, the main story, wants you to be as bad as possible, and then the multiplayer is like, we want you to be nice to other people because they're real people. That's funny. It's quite amusing.
What was it? Sorry. So yeah, like the whole good sports system. Yeah. It's like not leaving games early, not abusing players, like that. So you get like, because I got like just some money thrown my way. He just went like, after I was a certain hours of being a good sport, he went, keep it up, here's some money. It's like £1,000 or something like that.
I wish real life worked like that. You just get money for being good.
Nice.
Yeah, like that ever happens.
Yeah. And bad sports can't play with normal players. They can only play with other bad sports. So that's quite cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's really
that
strange.
puts all the wankers together. You know what I mean? So you lot just like to piss about. You can all play with each other and just annoy each other.
Yeah.
So there you go. They've sort of taken a few things on board.
Yeah, that actually sounds like they've tried.
So yeah, all I would like is to get on there and actually play it.
Oh man.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Just really chucking myself into the online, trying to get on it and just have some fun with it. Like it is really fun when it works.
Yeah, I haven't really been playing much since Eurogamer because I've been busy working on the videos mainly and doing some illustration work as well.
Yep.
But there is one game that we played at Eurogamer I ended up finding on Newgrounds because it was actually a free Newgrounds game.
Oh yeah.
And that was Super Pig, which was we're going to show it off in one of our indie section.
Yep, it's coming up soon. Yeah.
There was this little machine there called Uptongue Arcade. It was just like a little yellow machine with controllers sticking out of it, and you could just play random games on it.
That's a great little bit of kit.
And yeah, there was a game called Super Pig there. We're going to elaborate on it some more, but basically I found it on Newgrounds and got a bit hooked. And the good thing about like the game on Newgrounds is it actually saves it saves your progress even if you click away and come back. It saves it to your cookies, I suppose. And I think the levels we played at the expo were much later ones.
Yeah, well that explains.
Yeah, the levels were a lot easier than the first one. And Newgrounds even has like an achievement system for like flash games now. It's weird. Like certain ones, yeah, like you're playing the game up here, and then at the bottom they've got like an achievements bit, and it unlocks them. Just so it pops up on the bottom. It's really weird. Oh, wow. I didn't even realise it did that. So yeah, that was really interesting.
That's quite special.
Yeah, that is actually. So yeah, I haven't really. I played a couple of the PS2 games I picked up last week. Mainly just the shmup ones I picked up. Some of them are like. Well, I played two of them actually. I think one of them wasn't one I picked up recently, but one of them's called 12 Stag.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's got a funny name. It turned out it's a Taito published shooter.
Okay.
It apparently didn't even come out in America, it only came out here in Japan. Ooh. And it was by the same guys that made Trizil on the Dreamcast, where they were like a really small development company that they almost went bankrupt actually. If they didn't release Trizil on the Dreamcast and practically begged people to buy it, they would have gone bankrupt.
Oh right.
It was really weird. But yeah, that game was it was interesting. I'm trying to think what the mechanic was like now. You could shoot forward and then you could sort of spin your spacecraft so it sort of like shot to the sides a little bit. It was really interesting. You could like make it do like a Taz and like spin around and like it like rebounds all like these like shots come off of it. It was really quite neat. And you can also hurt enemies just by putting your afterburners at the back on them.
Oh, brilliant.
Like if they're coming up behind you, you can just about, if you don't touch them, just brush your fire off them, and it apparently gets your points. Nice. Yeah, it gets your points up really quickly. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was another one of them bloody Tate games where it like only takes up a part of the screen unless you bloody turn your screen round. So it's kind of annoying. Yeah. But obviously, there's people that do that for a living, have their screen all sideways, so they want every shmup game doing like that. But yeah, it had a really weird soundtrack. It didn't really sound like anything. It was just noise. Even compared to that, even compared to that Ridge Racer song, it was just like.
Oh really?
I don't know. I can't even remember. It was that forgettable. I think the music. But yeah, really interesting mechanics to that. It was kind of interesting. Actually, because it had infinite continues, I just played all the way through it in like 20 minutes.
Oh, right.
That's the only thing with that like infinite credits thing. It just encourages you to be lazy.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
The other one I played was Steel Dragon EX, which is a double pack they released on the PS2. It's got an old Saturn game on it, well, a game that you could get on the Saturn in Japan for a lot of money, and there's like a newer game on it. The port of the Saturn game, I think they call them Steel Dragon here, but I think they're called like Shiranu or something like that. Something like that in Japan. It was a really bad port. Really awful. It just looked really chunky and fuzzy, and I think it was running at half speed because it was like 50 hertz or something. Apparently they also cranked the difficulty down. They took half the bullets out and made it really easy.
Now
I still kept dying though, because it was one of them. It's one of those annoying shmups where like if you die, you start most of the level again.
No.
They're the worst kind. The best ones are the ones where you just respawn instantly. That's why I love Mars Matrix, because you literally come in a split second after you blow up. In fact, I think your spacecraft comes in before the other one's finished exploding. It's like, yep, get the next one in. Get the next one.
Doesn't matter, don't worry about that, carry on.
Get the next one. Yeah, it's just really instant. It's so instant. Like, it flies in front of the explosion, I think. It's that quick. I'll have to check it out frame by frame, see how quick it is. But yeah, Mars Matrix is still my all-time favourite shmup. I don't think anything's even going to get close to that. But, yeah, it's nice that you can get there are a few like Japanese import Saturn games you can get on the PS2 as budget releases over here.
Right.
But in the case of that one, it was really bad port. And the second game on there, like the newer version, was okay. It was kind of bland. I don't know. It was nothing special. Apparently, it was a simple 2000 game, so it was obviously a budget game.
Yeah.
Again, really kind of basic. But yeah. Yeah, that was the only other two games I played really, other than Super Pig and everything we played at Eurogamer, which we will get to with our Eurogamer coverage, and we'll talk a little bit about it on here. Shall we have another track?
Yeah, that's coming up soon. Yeah. Who's having this one?
You can have this one.
Okay. All right. Back in a moment. Alright, we're back, and that was a very fun song of mine.
Oh yeah, that was really nice.
That's from No More Heroes 2, Desperate Struggle, and the song is called Bug Out Stage 4. It's from the game, mini game of that same name.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like, do you remember in the first No More Heroes, all of the jobs you do, like to earn your money to get to the next stage, they're all kind of in-game mini games, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, basically with the second game, they made them all retro.
Yeah, yeah. I remember seeing in the trailers. I still haven't played this one yet. I'm just trying to find a copy now, actually.
Blimey.
It's one of them quirky Wii games I haven't found yet.
Oh.
I'm starting to think like all the weird Wii games are starting to go rare.
Yeah,
I think it's going to get that way, because that happens, doesn't it? They go really cheap and then they disappear.
Yeah.
That's what happens with a lot of games.
I want to get my Wii going again, because I really want to get another copy of Metroid Other M, because people slated it and it was such a good game. I don't understand it.
I think it's mainly because of the story. It's because
people were whinging because they made a talk, weren't they?
They just made it really whiny and crap. Yeah. Basically, I think that's the main reason people didn't like it. Not so much because of the gameplay.
I mean, the gameplay was lovely. It was really. I only played a bit of it.
That game went really budget.
It did. It
went
right down to about a tenner.
Yeah, that's like one of those only Nintendo games that's like really tanked. And games that like, for some reason that just happens was, I think the only other Nintendo Wii game I could think of that went really budget was Wii Music, for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah. That was not great, was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't great. Oh, I remember that. They made such a big deal about it for ages, and when it came out, they just went,
E3 announcement was just like, oh.
And then, if you remember though, like, weeks after it came out, it was just like whatever. Just
Yeah,
shut up about that.
Shut up, we didn't make that. Honest. Yeah,
Sweep that under
it
the
didn't
rug.
happen. It didn't happen. I think that was the point when they. I think that might have actually been the turning point for Nintendo when they were like, okay, maybe we're going a bit too casual.
Yeah.
Because they've kind of gone backwards on it now, haven't they? The Wii U's more. It's almost like a GameCube.
Yeah,
the kind of games. I mean, literally has a GameCube game in HD on it. Now, so
yeah.
It's kind of.
That's all
of,
good
anyway.
though.
Because they're kind of.
I don't want more fuel for the fire of the sort of stigma of it being it's just for the family. I've got loads of hardcore games on my Wii.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, No More Heroes 2, you got to play it. It's such a great game.
I
really
definitely
is.
want to try and pick that up.
It is actually my favourite Wii game. I love it because you know how much I love Suda 51 anyway. But I loved the first No More Heroes, but the second one was just like I don't know. It's just the
I'm really
first game just beefed
HD
up.
that one up as
I
well.
am quite surprised.
The one you can get on the PS3, the HD version, they did put some of the bosses from 2 in it,
That's odd.
which is really odd. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just put both games.
Yeah,
in.
why didn't they just
could've done.
HD up the second one? Because
Yeah,
there was
they
nothing
could've.
wrong with the second one. It was brilliant.
Yeah, maybe I don't know why they did that, but yeah,
Very, very odd.
very odd.
Okay, right. We're gonna chat now about
Just this little thing we did at the weekend. Yeah, wasn't a big deal really.
some of it doesn't quite seem real, like some of the stuff that's actually happened, but we can't really announce some of those yet.
Yeah, some of it's hush hush, but
Yeah, exactly. A little bit. Ooh, watch this space.
yeah.
But basically, it's been an incredible weekend for us, and we thought Eurogamer 2012 was big and special, but this year was just
ridiculous.
It's not that out of the park, didn't it?
Yeah, we went for twice as long. Last year we only went for one day.
Yeah.
And we did okay. We did what we could.
Covered what
this
we did.
time we went for 2 days and it was nowhere near enough.
Yeah, still
we needed 4 days.
Yeah.
We actually did. I mean, like,
absolutely.
What was really cool is we managed to get press passes, didn't we, this time?
Yeah. So we got in a little bit early and sort of a few connections.
They give you it was basically just an extra hour. It didn't really actually make a huge difference. But I'm not saying that we shouldn't get them again. But
no, I mean extra hour and they were free.
Yeah, that helps. So yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, what? Oh,
it's just a shame Stacey couldn't get one as well because she had to wait. She couldn't get in for another hour.
That was quite harsh.
Yeah, she did have to be in the queue.
But
sorry about that.
I don't even know how to begin, really. I mean, there's so much we did. We managed to play our asses off. So many games.
Yeah. To be honest, we kind of didn't play a lot of games that had big queues, though, did we?
No,
we didn't really want it because we only had limited time anyway.
Yeah.
In the end, it was limited time because there were a lot of games we wanted to play.
Because we wanted absolute coverage. We did actually have limited time. So next year, we mainly played. Yeah, we did. Mainly play games that had short queues, didn't we? Yeah, just out of necessity, really.
Yeah.
So I'm so gutted that I had to miss out on Elder Scrolls Online.
We tried to get on that on the Sunday. We got there I think it was almost an hour and a half before the place shut, and they
it was about 4-ish, wasn't it? Like a little while after 4, maybe 4:30.
Yeah.
So there's about 2.5.
We got there a few hours before the place was shutting at 7, and they said, "Oh, the queue's cut off."
Sorry, we're cutting off here. You won't be able to get on. I was thinking,
that tells you how long the queue was.
Yeah.
That means you would have been waiting a few hours. To get on there. So.
And they had lots of machines as well, so it just goes to show you that the demo that they had must have been something quite special.
Long. It must have been really long. Yeah.
So I am gutted about that.
That was the reason we couldn't get on Bayonetta 2. Even all the queue, when I got in Sunday, the first thing on Sunday, there was already about 6 people there, and I knew they said the demo is about 20 minutes, so 20, 40, 60. It's a couple of hours already.
Wow. Just for 6 people, yeah.
Yeah, because they only had 2 machines.
20 minutes, wow. They must have been able
to
play through like several stages or
it's just one long stage, yeah. Knowing how Bayonetta was, it probably is just one big long stage.
Probably was, yeah.
I did get to watch a little bit of it, but that was about it.
Yeah, that's a shame, because, see, we already started with games that we missed but wanted to. Great start.
Yeah, we didn't get to play Oculus Rift either.
Yeah, that annoyed me so much.
Yeah, basically, that looked really cool.
We had like a kind of small queue for Dream, another indie game that was going to be on. We were queuing for the Oculus Rift version.
Yeah.
And the queue wasn't that big, was it? It really wasn't that big.
It just didn't move.
Yeah, it said on it 5 minutes each, and people were on it for a lot bloody longer than that. Mainly because they spent the first 3 minutes just going, "Oh, whoa!" I don't blame them for it, but we are kind of on a time limit.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, they were just staring around. From what I can tell, the Oculus Rift is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can actually watch what the person's doing on the screen. They actually show like both eyes, I suppose.
Yeah, it's got
kinda
like fisheye.
Yeah, it's like fisheye thing going on. So,
it does look
it's really
strange,
cool,
but you can
actually.
kind of
so
see.
you can actually capture what
Yeah.
you're playing on the Oculus Rift, because I've seen on Giant Bomb they've actually done a few videos where they're showing them playing it and they've got it on the side. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they had quite a few games there were using that, including Surgeon Simulator.
Another game we missed out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we missed out on Surgeon Simulator. We were really looking forward to that. That was the one we really wanted to play, Oculus Rift.
Yeah, that would have been
But
fun.
on the Sunday, it wasn't there, was it? They took it
No,
away.
I think it was gone by that point.
So that's annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway.
but some of the games we did play.
What
I
about
mean,
some of the games we did play?
Okay, so we got a list here.
We did actually get quite a few games in.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start with Hotline Miami 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I only recently played the first game. Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sort of
Yeah.
like last month and a bit ago, and I loved it. I got hooked. I kind of really regret missing it last year.
Yeah, I've actually got it sitting on my Steam where it came from the summer sales, and I still haven't got around to playing it yet.
It is very fun.
I need to get on that.
It's just it's one of those games where you kind of it's so fast paced that you have to
Yeah.
literally kind of plan as you
Yeah.
go, but quickly.
Yeah. One thing you find out, you know, whenever we watch or anyone watches videos on YouTube of people at exhibitions,
Yeah.
at expos, playing games, they almost always play them really badly.
Yeah.
Now I know why. Because when we were there, we were playing most of the games. We played really badly.
Yeah, we were actually playing pretty awfully.
Yeah, I mean, like having headphones on helps sometimes on some of the
Yeah.
games, but like,
I think it's just because you've got it
Yeah.
in the back of your mind that you're in a room full of people and someone's always going to be looking at you.
yeah, kind of that pressure. I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, it
But-
kind of gets in the way. So yeah, if you see any of our gameplay videos when we get our videos out and we just look like we just don't know what we're doing,
Please don't be too harsh. But yeah, so yeah, Hotline Miami. I mean, that's a game people die a lot all the time anyway. Like
Yeah.
myself included, I always die a lot on that.
Yeah.
It's kind of part of the process. And 2 was no different for that. There was a bit where I was stuck in this corridor for ages.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you don't want to go too much into it really. 'cause
nah,
we've got
exactly.
stuff,
Yeah, we got to be careful because we are covering all these in a video anyway. But
Yeah.
I'll just
yeah.
say Hotline Miami 2 was quite a bit of fun. I can't really say much more because it's in the video.
Yeah. So yeah, we could pretty much just rattle off games that we did try out.
Yeah.
Mostly indie stuff, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
I have to say, like, the indie section was the highlight this time.
they
I
just
think.
absolutely stole the show, didn't
Yeah,
they?
easily. I mean, like, getting to play next gen stuff was all neat and all, and trying out new hardware. It was. I mean,
Well, it speaks volumes,
yeah.
though, doesn't it, for indie developers? When we had PlayStation 4s everywhere, we had we had all this sort of stuff, but we were still just going, okay, let's go back to the indie corner, and we were just playing.
and one of the best
these
games
lovely
in
games.
Sony's PS4 section was Octodad, which is an indie game.
Indie game, yeah.
Yeah, and they actually gave it a really big space, which was really cool.
They were
they were
excellent,
really
yeah.
good with it, and yeah, there was loads of just like indie stuff scattered everywhere.
Yeah. Well, like I say,
Except for the Xbox bit.
yeah,
I must admit, when we're talking about things we didn't play, Xbox One was one of them.
I'm
To be
sorry,
honest,
I
it
just
was the section, like, for starters, like, the Xbox One was kind of in its own exclusive area.
every game, wasn't
PS4 was sort of scattered a
Yeah.
bit anyway. Sony had their big bit where you could queue up and pick a game
Yeah.
in that, but they also had machines at the back of that
Yeah.
where you could just jump on them.
Well,
There
they
was,
were
like, no
they were
queues.
scattered around everywhere. Like the
Yeah,
Virgin
Media bit
yeah.
had a few machines
Yeah.
with some games on, so we tried
And you can
some
just
there.
literally like, I mean, this is PS4. Next gen isn't even out for several months, and we were just able to go, oh, there's one, and jump on it,
Yeah.
and play it,
Yeah.
and hold that wonderful controller, which
It's
I
a
actually really
nice
like.
controller. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I want to get a PS4 anytime soon, but I will get one eventually. But I want that controller
Yeah.
now. I want to replace my PS3 controller with that. It's
Yeah.
really nice.
Honestly, people,
feels lovely.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so
Even
smooth,
just
and
the feel
comfortable.
of it,
Yeah,
like everything on it. It just
Yeah.
feels really nice. And
Those-
obviously, they've improved the buttons and the analogs and
yeah.
the
Those
touch
triggers
screen
are
seems really nice. Actually,
Yeah,
I was quite surprised by that. I thought it was going to be a bit weird, but it
Yeah.
actually feels good. It's really accurate.
It's great
And
for maps,
like,
isn't it?
It's like a big button as well.
Yeah.
It feels like a nice. You don't have to worry about, because the thing with the PS3 controller is the start button and the select button are quite small. I
Yeah.
always found them a bit small, and like if you're putting your thumb over, you're like, especially on the PS3 one, you can sort of accidentally press the PS button, the one
Yeah.
that brings up the home. So the fact that they've just made this big slab, they
Yeah.
just go, great.
you can just doff it.
In
But
a
no,
way,
I find it's really good for maps because you press the button, bring the map
Yeah.
up, and then you can just like swish your finger around and move across the map.
And you can do the whole thing that you'd do on a smartphone where you like pinch. So
you can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Yeah, the guy showed me when we played Assassin's Creed 4 on the PS.
On the PS4, which was awesome.
Yeah, and you could actually, when you press the touchscreen button, like the map came up, and you could actually pinch and zoom in and out. And it was like Google Maps. It's like the map keeps adjusting, like all the text.
Google Map of the Caribbean.
Yeah, it was really, it was neat.
In the 1700s or whatever.
Yeah, that was really cool. You could actually, it's actually multi-touch, which apparently even the Wii U gamepad isn't. You know, it can only touch once, but that little thing on the controller is actually multi-touch. So that's really cool. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they could do with that thing, actually.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, they did have one tech demo thing that's going to be built in with the system called the Playroom, which I'll go into.
Yeah, that was fun.
When we get to our video. But some of the controls on that, it was like they were making you use the touch screen thing, the little touch thing, for the sake of it, rather than just using the analog stick. It was like you were trying to move the controller around and wiggle your finger on the touch screen, which is a bit weird. But you know, they want to show it off. Just try not to repeat myself here, because we were here all day yesterday recording impressions.
That's
of,
right.
Like, all the games we did play.
So we're trying to just not repeat ourselves too much.
Yeah.
So what else did we have to go at?
So the reason we didn't play Xbox One, going back to what we haven't played, it's like most of it was all kind of locked away. Wasn't
that
it?
was
you had
it.
to queue
That's
up
where
into
we were
boxes,
going. Yeah.
And obviously you couldn't film any of it. We could have actually had a look. But
like even the sort of like,
everything was all...
for instance, Fable Anniversary. I mean, what's the point of hiding that away? Everyone knows what Fable looks like.
Yeah, it's just
it was in a closed off little box so you couldn't film it. It's just
they just made it. It just made everything very hush hush and kind of. You couldn't just walk up to one and play.
No.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing as well: the Xbox, I suppose what you call the showman, the staff, was so obnoxious throughout the weekend.
That whole area was the most off-putting thing.
They had
you
music.
Didn't want to go.
Yeah.
You just didn't want to go anywhere near it because it was just so loud all the time. Basically, they just had people on the stage shouting all the time, getting people to chant Xbox.
Exactly. It was so childish, right?
It's like, let's play Gangnam Style really loud.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They actually did that at one point.
It was so desperate, and they were trying to drown out everyone else. Basically, that's what they were doing. They were trying to go like,
noisy, like here we are, look at us, look at us, wee.
Like when we had the cosplay stuff going on, like it was quite. It was a big thing this year. Eurogamer's finally broken into the whole cosplay scene, like in a big way.
Because they've barely ever had any cosplayers there before. But now they've said that.
And now they had a whole masquerade and everything, didn't they?
Yeah, apparently they had one on each day. I think they did anyway, because I did see loads of photos of other days and they had other cosplayers. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, basically, we went along to the Sunday one, and do you remember, sort of a little way into that masquerade, you can still hear the Xbox trying very hard. They were at the other bloody end of the thing, and they were blaring out music, and they were getting people to shout, Xbox, 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 fuck off home. And
Xbox, go home.
Yeah. And they were chucking stuff out, take our badges and our fucking stuff. Just please pay attention to this dying console.
If we give you enough free stuff, will you pay attention?
Please pre-order.
I mean, like, Sony had a huge section as well with a big telly for people that were queuing up with like what you could call brainwashing, really. Yeah. But they just seemed a bit slightly more dignified about it.
Yeah, they had their stage.
They just weren't gobbing on. They had a stage even. They
weren't
like going.
They had people on it all day, every day, didn't they?
Yeah,
and they weren't shouting at you and chucking
They had microphones,
stuff at
but they were just talking. They weren't like going, look at us, woo! But
like to the point where we were looking at the Tearaway stuff, and you could still hear the Xbox guys going in the background.
Yeah.
And like they were just sitting there chatting. It's just like, this is our game.
Yeah, have a look.
It's like, I know I've got a very bad bias towards Xbox, and I know it's becoming a sort of like a thing, isn't it?
It's becoming a bit of a whipping boy.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're not really helping themselves.
Yeah, they did not help themselves this weekend.
They really didn't help
at all.
themselves this weekend. I think they put a lot of people off.
Yeah.
I mean, do want to actually try out an Xbox One at some point, see what the controller's like and whatnot. But just not
with any of their staff
not in that atmosphere. Yeah. Speaking of staff, I
know where you were going.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a annoyance with some of the Nintendo stuff. It's like I tried out as I said earlier. I tried out Super Mario 3D World with Stacey. We both played it with one of the staff members. And just as we started playing, we were playing for a minute. I think the staff member was playing on the gamepad, and we were both playing on Wii remotes.
Yeah.
About a minute in, she went, "Oh, you have to put your wrist strap on, health and safety." And I was like, "Oh," and she had to she was showing us how to put one on. It's like, oh my god, we're not babies. We're not gonna fling the Wii remote at the TV. We are not kids. It's not even a motion controlled game. We're just pressing buttons. It's not gonna crash everywhere. I actually said to her, because I actually ended up, I was so fed up with the whole wrist strap thing. I was like, "Oh, can I play it on the Wii pad, see what it's like?" And I said to her, "Oh, is there a wrist strap on this?" And she said, "No, we don't expect people to throw them." I was like, "What? Are you serious? What, you think someone's just going to come along and go, wee, throw it at the screen?"
I thought it was part of the game.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to throw it at the telly. They just treat everyone like children. It was clearly,
Wow.
if it was like a child, sure enough, just in case they get a bit too excited or whatever. But like, you know, it was just kind of irritating. It kind of took me out of playing it, really. It was kind of annoying.
Yeah, that's a
I mean, obviously not all the stuff are like that, but they are probably told that they are actually required to mention the wrist strap and all that. If you don't put it on, they have to say it.
Also,
I know it's not their fault, but you know,
weren't you telling
it's just
me earlier
annoying
as
that
well?
they have to have that rule in the first place.
Weren't you telling me earlier as well that they kept harassing you for your opinions, and you haven't even played for that long?
Yeah. When I was playing 3D World, the first level we played, there was like this big orange Yoshi thing, and you're riding on it in the sea, and you have to jump in synchronization to go through hoops and stuff.
Yeah.
We played that for about a minute, and she's like, "Oh, what do you think of Mario 3D World?" It's like, I haven't actually played a main level yet. I've just jumped around in the sea at the moment.
I'll tell you when I played it.
Yeah, and then we played like the first level or whatever, and she was showing us how you can touch platforms to stop them from moving or whatever. It was completely pointless. And yeah, after playing that for about a minute, she was like, "Oh, what do you think now?" And I was like, and she was just like really pestering me, like, "What do you think now? What do you think now?" I was like, "It's alright." I didn't really know what to say. I was just like, I don't really know. I haven't played it long enough, because I mean, like when I played Sonic Lost World, and I played it on the 3DS and the Wii U, they didn't really bother me with that. Yeah. Like, you know, they kind of showed me a little bit about it and whatnot, and they were like, "Oh, are you a Sonic fan?" Blah blah blah. But then they just sort of
Are you a Sonic fan?
I don't know. Am I? No. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you do know.
Yeah, I think I do. But yeah. So yeah, they just sort of left me to play it, and I actually, you know, I just figured it all out myself. You know, I was just running around. I was like, yeah. To be honest, like with Sonic Lost World, you didn't get any footage of that, but I played both of those early on the Sunday. I wanted to get on Bayonetta 2, but I couldn't. But then there was like no queue for Sonic, so I got on that, and I tried both versions, and yeah, the controls are actually quite intuitive. I found it quite easy to get the hang of. It was, I don't know, it was Sonic Lost World. It was just a bit easy. I guess the levels they had on the demo were really easy and quite linear. And even though there's multiple routes, they don't really feel that different.
Hopefully, it'll be the same kind of thing as what you were saying with Mario 3D World, where the starting levels are a bit
basic,
and then later on it's like fucking raid.
Stuff that's what I'm hoping. Yeah.
That's what the demo. Like, I mean, all the trailers of Sonic Lost World look like there's plenty going on. Don't they?
Exactly. Yeah, really nice animation. Looked nice in 60 frames per second and all that. I don't know, just the levels on the 3DS one actually had, I think, probably later levels on it because they were a lot harder, and I actually died a lot on one of them. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I don't think it was as, in the same way that 3D World didn't really have the same wow factor as Galaxy. I don't think Lost World had the same wow factor as Generations.
Yeah, I think I would probably agree on that. Yeah.
I mean, you know, it looks absolutely brilliant. I love the art style they're going for and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm just not entirely sure about the game, because like it had them moments where you start a level and it's like 20 seconds before you even start controlling. So he's just bouncing around going, "Wee, look at me, wee." Yeah.
I'm doing my thing.
I'm doing stuff. You don't have to do a thing. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Don't really know what I think of like that in general at the moment. I'm still going to wait out on the Wii U. I think. I don't think anything I've played there sold me on it. Didn't get to play Mario Kart 8, unfortunately.
Oh, bloody hell.
I'm sure that was.
Yeah, that's a point. Yeah, we were kind of looking forward to that. Weren't we?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of know what it's going to play like. It's going to play like Mario Kart, but you know, but prettier.
Yeah.
It's got that whole anti-gravity thing, but apparently it doesn't make a huge difference. It just means occasionally the scenery in the background's upside down.
Oh.
So it doesn't really make a huge difference. It's just kind of we need to make this different somehow mechanic. And we don't want to make a new F-Zero, so let's just make this one a bit like F-Zero. Bastards. Make a new F-Zero. In fact, no, don't make a new F-Zero. Just pull If you want to make another GameCube HD pull, just put F-Zero GX in HD with online play on the Wii U, and I'll buy one today. Because F-Zero X was probably like one of the best racing games I've ever played. Because it was Sega and Nintendo, wasn't it? That was a spectacular racing game.
Okay, right. We've still got quite a lot to go on here, so what I thought we'd do is have a track and come back in.
Yeah, sure. Okay,
So,
I guess I'll have this track.
Yep.
I'll have this one, please.
Yep.
I don't know if you could hear that, but my cat was purring into the microphone. He's on my lap at the moment. But yeah, that was we're back.
We're back now.
Yep.
That was really pleasant.
Yeah, that was the Lagoon theme. It's just like one of the worlds in Fury of the Furries on Amiga, which is not what it sounds like. It's not a game about furries. It's actually a game about like weird little fluffball things with feet and hands, and they've all got. Well, it's a really interesting like platform. You play as one of them, and each colour on the CD32 controller is each character, and you transform into each one, and they've all got different abilities. Nice. The best one is, I think, not the yellow one. The yellow one's got like a Kamehameha thing. You like hold it and it goes. It's really cool. I think it's the green one. He's got like a grappling hook, and the controls for it are really bloody good. You know, it's like really good, sort of like rope controls and physics and stuff. It's really nice. I think it was on the regular Amiga as well, but yeah. For some reason, whenever people upload the songs online, they quite often get the titles muddled up because I think that's how they come up on the CD track listing or something. Right, but this is actually the right one. This is Lagoon. Someone's actually got it right because quite often you see them on there and they're like the wrong way round.
Oh right, so they named them wrong on the CD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was really nice. I just thought
Yeah.
it was nice, calming and pleasant.
Yeah, we did.
Nice contrast.
I
with
feel
what
like we
played.
need more Amiga music on here.
Yeah, so do
'cause,
I. Yeah.
I did play a lot of Amiga in my youth, so
In me youth. In me youth.
so yeah, give me the fairies.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're carrying on with our Eurogamer discussion. Yeah, I mean, like, we barely even scratched the surface. That's just how much we played.
Yeah, and well, just how much we did.
Yeah. So it's like one of the things I wanted to have a quick chat that we checked out as well was the cosplaying, like how they've,
of course,
as I said, they've really delved into that. I
Yeah.
mean, some of those cosplayers that were just on the Sunday, for
Yeah, of
instance, they
course.
were incredible, weren't
Yeah,
they?
because we got involved with the masquerade this time. Not because we were cosplaying, but Stacey was cosplaying. She was in a costume that she had at MCM. So if you've seen our MCM coverage, you would have seen her in it there. Her
That's right.
barber costume from Rayman Legends.
That's
So,
right. Yeah.
she built a axe for it this time.
Yeah.
So it's complete, but it kind of broke.
Yeah,
it was a
kinda,
bit.
yeah.
It was kind of weak.
Oh.
Just gonna have to remake it or something for next time.
It's not as bad as this wasn't even during the masquerade, but do you remember before we had a bit of a stage invasion?
Oh yeah. Oh
There's
wow. I wish we got that on film.
Yeah.
That was ouch.
That turned out as a joke, but it looked like it went a bit too far.
Yeah, it looked a bit. It was almost a bit too real.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like the zombie policeman crawl onto the stage
He
just
was
before the
shouting at
masquerade.
people, wasn't he?
Just going and all that, and then like a Judge Dredd came on with a baton. He just walloped him like
He
crazy.
went-
He was obviously padded like crazy,
Yeah.
but like he was whacking. He just kept whacking him so
He
hard
was
that the
hitting-
baton
Yeah.
broke, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh well, the fluff came out of it. He was just going. Poof, poof, poof.
He was smacking.
That was like
the
whoa!
shit
It was
out
like
of
it was funny for the first 30 seconds, and you're like, okay, you can stop now.
Yeah.
I feel a bit sorry for him now.
Like when the guy went off, the zombie, he looked a bit sort of pissed off.
You meowing? You don't want to go out there. It's wet.
He does want to go out there.
You can go out the door.
So yeah. Oh,
He
he's
does that when he's bored.
He's fucking everything up. Right, so sorry, as I say, some of the cosplays that were just absolutely amazing were
Yeah, we kind of wish we could have got a bit more footage of that. It's just got like
Yeah.
highlights really. We probably will put out a video of the stuff we did get.
yeah, we have to do something with it. Figure out if we have enough. But basically, like
Yeah.
some of the ones that we absolutely loved were I really liked the BioShock Infinite Barbershop Quartet.
Oh, they were great. Yeah.
Unfortunately, they didn't sing or mime, but
No, they
but-
had the song playing, didn't they?
yeah. But, I mean, they kind of looked the part, and
Definitely.
that was brilliant.
One of the best ones, they actually had like an act, didn't they? They had a guy dressed up as Mario, and then there was 5 Luigis,
Oh, yeah.
weren't there? That was fantastic.
What I love about him is he, I mean,
He
his
got the
costume
voice.
was quite, kind of standard, wasn't it? But I
Yeah.
mean, his voice was spot on, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, everyone can go, "It's me," but he actually got it really, really well.
Yeah.
And it was this really funny little skit where there was like loads of Luigis, and he just started freaking out, didn't he? Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was
I really
fantastic.
like them.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Because it's easy to do a Mario, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
everyone in the world goes, "Oh, I'll do Mario," but to actually do something funny and original with it, yeah.
Oh, but I think because in the end, when they did the results later in the day, about 6 o'clock, they had like 3 lots of prizes.
Yeah.
Didn't they? It was Nintendo endorsed, so they had like a whole big
Yeah,
goodie
loads
bag
of
full of
stuff,
Nintendo
yeah.
stuff. And they had like 3 prizes.
Yeah.
One of them, it was absolute guaranteed. He was
Oh,
gonna get
we
it.
all knew he was.
We
Gonna
knew
win.
as soon as like he started, everyone knew he was like the winner. in
All of us
general.
were losing our shit, weren't we?
Yeah, there was like a young boy up there, wasn't there? In like the Fallout suit.
He looked like Vault Boy, and he
Vault
looked
Boy,
spot
that's
on,
it.
didn't
Yeah,
he?
he had it down, but then it wasn't just the fact
Yeah.
that he was dressed up. He lip synced all the dialogue from the start of.
I think it was the original game,
the original
yeah.
Fallout,
or
yeah.
it was either 1 or 2, but it was
Okay.
basically like
Yeah, and he
it was
lip
the Vault
synced it,
Boy.
and his acting was just incredible,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, like that bit where he just like span around and pointed at the.
Yeah.
Like they had like a judge. They had like 4 judges, didn't
That's
they? for
right,
the,
yeah.
Cosplay contest. So,
Yeah, that's right. He went up straight to the panel of judges and was doing most of the act to them.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically he was doing
absolutely
the whole
amazing.
thing with the Vault Tech organisation. I think it was the first game,
Okay.
and they're selling the underground vaults to you basically. And I mean, it was a lot to memorise.
Yeah.
It was a lot, a big old speech.
Yeah.
And yeah, he had the actions going for it. And he just looked amazing. Like he
It
looked
was
the part. We
incredible.
all knew. He
I
was
think
gonna
everyone
win.
just cheered. At
Yeah.
the end of it, everyone just went mental when he finished.
I think on the footage you can probably hear me going, "Oh!"
I think everyone was doing that.
And Yeah, there was a couple of great acts. There's one thing I would like to say though, to bring the tone down a bit, and that was the woman organising it. Everyone wanted her dead.
The presenter.
Yeah. Absolutely everyone in the crowd, because I was looking around.
Don't like to say horrible things about people.
No.
But she was really bloody annoying. She was basically dressed up as
Shell
from Portal.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
but,
all good. That was fine.
Yeah.
Her presenting was okay. A little bit kind of scatterbrained. Like didn't know what Bayonetta was. That kind of stuff.
I know it was Catherine, wasn't it?
Catherine as well.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, they had two cosplayers go up as the characters from Atlas's Catherine,
and she went. I
don't know what the song is. The
she
first
said
thing we
could
could
know what the game is.
Yeah, she was like, I don't know what the game is. The first thing we could Google was Beauty and the Beast. It's like, how would you even find what's the word Catherine got to do with Beauty and the Beast? There was no one in that film called that, so. I don't understand how she. All you have to do is Google Catherine video game,
and there you go, bang.
There you go, bang. That'd be easy. But yeah, but it wasn't so much that.
No, it wasn't even that, was it?
Mistakes. It was her act. She had an act. She was playing as Shell.
Yep.
Or whatever.
But basically, she will do a couple of because there was about nearly 40 entries, wasn't there? And every sort of 2 or 3 entries, she would break into this character, and I'd looked around while she was doing it. Everyone in the crowd was going, "Oh!" And basically,
it just got really tiresome.
Yeah,
it was all right. It was all right the first
every
time,
so often, yeah. But basically, what she would do is she would turn around and she would put on this really bad impression of GLaDOS's voice, and she'll do this whole routine.
She'd be doing like a whole Gollum argument with herself, like she keeps turning around.
That's right.
That
and the whole thing just got
as far as
so
I remember,
tired.
wasn't what's her name supposed to be mute?
Yeah, I wish she was.
But yeah, it was basically just, oh, you're really bad at this. You're really bad at presenting. Oh, shut up, GLaDOS. You almost tried to kill me in that level of Portal. Portal reference. And there was this other Portal reference. She just kept
That's
doing
what it turned into at the end,
in the end it was just, yo dog, I have Portal references, so you can Portal reference in your Portal reference. It was basically what it ended up becoming. It was I don't think anyone was impressed by that point. It was like, yeah, we get it now. And by the end of the presentation, she was like, "Oh, I think we need to get rid of GLaDOS. Everyone shout, go away, GLaDOS!" And I think everyone just went, "Fuck off."
Yeah, this guy behind us just shouted, "Fuck off!"
Yeah, that was.
I don't want GLaDOS to go. I just want the bellend playing her to go. I'm sorry, I don't want to be horrible, but that was such a.
And then after that, she was like, "Oh yeah, GLaDOS is gone. The annoying one has gone," and the people behind us were like, "No, she's still up there. She's wearing white and orange."
I hate being nasty, but
I don't either.
Honestly, when you've been
after a while, it got tiresome.
We had over an hour of it.
Yeah, it got really tiresome.
Just bring on the next cosplayers and stop.
Get on with it. We can tell who you're dressed as.
But I'll tell you one thing though about the whole cosplay. It actually really encourages me to get to do it myself.
Yeah,
I've been kind of a closet cosplay for a while, and I really feel like with my
you get in your closet and dress up and then come back out.
Yeah, nobody can ever know.
No, weekends only.
But basically, with my girth and my nose and the fact that I can do the sort of actions, I really want to do Frank West. That's a bit of a sort of overdone cosplay to some extent, though.
Maybe
because a lot of people have got the.
There weren't any there this year, so
yeah. But I mean, like in MCM, for example, there was 1 or 2. It's like you get the surfbot head on.
Yeah.
There's a few of them. I want the foam baseball bat, and I think I will actually try and make a surfbot head, and I want to give it a go. The only other act was your suggestion was to do Ryu from Shenmue.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Just because I'm just so obsessed with that game, I'll be able to pull off all the actions, no problem.
Yeah, you just need to get you one of those jackets and put the patches on it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, my hoodie, I've got the hoodie of it, but it doesn't really cut it in terms of a proper leather jacket.
No, you really want one that's. Yeah, you want the proper thing, really.
Yeah. Okay, so cosplay was great, and really that was fun for
going back to that woman, that Shell person.
Oh yeah.
Like one thing I forgot to mention was like if Portal was actually like that, no one would have played it.
Yeah.
If it was just her going, "Oh, GLaDOS, you're really annoying. You're always trying to kill me." Yeah. As she's walking around playing, as you're playing the game, it'd be, "Oh, you're so mean. You're always trying to hurt my feelings." All this kind of stuff. It'd be like,
yeah.
I don't think people would have played it so much.
No one would go near it with a large shitty stick.
So yeah, sorry to keep going on about her, but that did get very annoying.
we had to put up with it.
Yeah.
Even when we were trying to interview the guy from Transport Tycoon,
Yeah.
you could hear her in the background there as well.
And they started playing the bloody.
They played it
Still
over
Alive.
and over and
Still
over.
Alive over and over again.
It was like, we're going to play Still Alive.
The game came out years ago.
We're going to play Still Alive. Now we're going to play a different version of Still Alive.
Yeah, it's like, it's a good game and everything, but like, it's the same thing with like Minecraft. It's sort of getting a bit out of hand now. Like
it's
sort of like the fandom for it.
It's a big problem with me where it's like I get put off the series mainly because of the fan base.
Yeah.
Minecraft is one of those. It's just like everyone that plays Minecraft just won't shut up about it. And it just turns into like, I still play
Have
Minecraft.
you heard about Minecraft? Have you heard about it? Have you heard about it? Here it is. Look, here's 600 hours on my YouTube channel about it. Look. Yeah.
Here's the Hunger Games tournament. What the fuck?
What?
Yeah,
because they had a Minecraft tournament there, didn't they?
They had the Hunger Games tournament and another one.
Hunger Games? Does that mean they're just going around with cross and bow arrows?
Oh, it's just so lame. It's like
I don't know.
an overdone crossover that with a really over exaggerated book / film.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, like we said before about how the indies really blew us away, and we try to be careful because we got several videos that go into.
We're doing. I just want to go into how we're actually going about our footage this year. Because last year we had one video of like all the stuff we did.
That's right.
And then we had one video where we were at a Wagamama was eating and talking about the games. This time we're doing things a bit different. We're actually going to have all separate videos.
Yep.
And as you've seen so far, we've uploaded as of this recording, we've uploaded 2 videos. We put up the Doom piano, which was brilliant. We didn't really talk about it in the video, but it was basically an old piano that's been modified with a screen slapped on the front. And there was like a PC on the side, and like all the keys have got like some kind of trigger in them to set off all the commands in the game, basically.
And the piano plays as well.
Yeah, so it plays properly as well, so you can technically play.
I was quite surprised to see it in tune as well, like kind of in tune. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was a bit honky tonk, but it was kind of in a sort of. It was some kind of tuning.
So basically, we're putting out all these like shorter videos. We're gonna have we've got the Doom piano, we've got the retro section, and then we're gonna be putting out 3 separate indie games ones because we've got so much stuff about indie games. Yeah. Just we're gonna have one about the indie arcade, which is like the little narrow corner that Sega sponsored. The other indie games that are like in separate areas next to it. And then we've got one video about one particular game we really enjoyed. We're not going to spoil that right now. Well, actually, you've probably noticed from the if you've noticed at the end of the 2 videos that are up now, there is actually a thumbnail for it saying coming soon. But
I won't get into it mainly because I won't probably shut up about it because it was just a game that had me written all over it, both with the way it looked and the way it played.
We're going to be covering that one quite a bit. So we've got a whole video just for that. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be putting out all these little videos, or sort of little. Some of them are going to be about 15 minutes, whatever. And by the end, around the end of it, we're going to put out the full tour video because we always do that, don't we? We run around and go, oh, look at this game, there's this game, and I just run around like an idiot and go, oh, here's something I've never heard of. Here's a game
I always like that.
So we're going to be putting that out as its own video, and then what's going to happen with that video is when it comes to a game that we've covered, it'll pause and come up with a little thumbnail, and you can click on that and have a look at the footage. So obviously you've probably already seen if you follow us, then you've probably already watched the videos that are in the tour. But if people are on going on our YouTube for the first time, that tour video is the first one they're probably going to see because it's the last one, so it'll be the top video. They'll click on that, go through the videos, and hopefully click on and see the other stuff. So that's the way I'm going about it this time. I just think it'd be a bit more.
I think it's
because then you can just focus on the stuff you want to look at rather than having to go, well, I'm just waiting for them to stop talking about this game so they can talk about the game I want to hear about.
Yeah.
So
seeing as there are a couple of games we really liked and did have a good discussion, didn't we?
Yeah. And just hope we've got enough footage to fill in with all the impressions. Yeah, we had a bit of trouble with cameras on the Sunday in particular.
Thanks to my clumsiness.
Well, for starters, you charged up your camcorder, didn't you? And
right after the first day, this is pretty much all my fault actually. After the first day, my camera's got a setting where you close the lid and it will go on a kind of standby mode. It's really good for not eating up the battery and being able to whip your camera out quick, because something's happening. But I left it on overnight, so despite the fact I charged it fully on the the Saturday. On the Sunday, it was still on the charge. So I got there and I said to you, didn't I? I was like, oh, it should be. I opened it and it had like half an hour of battery left. And I was thinking, crap.
Yeah. Yeah, there was that.
Because obviously, you know, it may conserve battery, but you're not really supposed to leave it on.
We had very limited amount of like video time.
Yeah. I mean,
especially after
another one.
We had a bit of a mistake.
Yeah,
made a bit of an oopsie, and now we're sort of a camcorder down.
May or may not have dropped Aaron's camera like a dickhead.
I think it was mainly the fault of this. What do you call these things?
Yeah, the Gorilla Pod.
Because even when I'm not standing on anything, I've always got the Gorilla Pod on my camcorder. Yeah. And basically, we were trying to decide who was gonna how we were going to film this one game we looked at, and I think you picked it up by the Gorilla Pod, and the Gorilla Pod popped off, dropped the camera on the floor.
Yeah, it was not pleasant.
Now the camcorder, it still works, but it's out of focus constantly, and the zoom don't work.
Yeah, so it's obviously a mechanism just behind the
mechanism's just gone, basically, so I'm not sure if it's worth trying to get it fixed or get a new one or what now, but yeah, oh dear. Yeah, that was. So we had a bit bad luck on the Sunday, basically. Yeah. But oh well. But we still got a lot of footage.
We managed to play a lot, didn't we?
We played a lot of stuff, and we covered quite a bit. And we even got a couple of interviews in, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, only 2, but yeah. We got 2 interviews to put up soon. And I'm
gonna really be pushing.
We're actually kind of lucky with the. Because obviously that place is really bloody noisy. Now I'm just sitting here tweaking with this bloody Gorilla Pod. That's probably why it broke, because I'm always constantly going twitching it all the time. So it probably just I don't know. But yeah, I don't really trust that thing anymore. The fact that it just popped off.
Yeah, not good, not good.
But yeah, what was I saying? Can't remember now. Lost my train of thought.
We just had a bit of bad luck with cameras and stuff. But I mean, let's talk about some of the AAA stuff.
Well, I was going to mention about the fact that the place was really noisy, so obviously trying to film interviews, you could barely hear anything. I mean, one of the interviews I recorded, I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Wow.
Even though I was filming you, I was right near you. But luckily I had my dictaphone with me, which is something I've had for years and not really used much. And we just brought it to try it out. And it's got like one of the cool little little microphones with buttons on it, and you can just press the record on that and just sort of.
Well, it really saved the day, because those interviews would not have happened otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say, when you see the the interviews and the few impressions bits we did at the place, the sound quality on them won't be great. It won't be as good as like our impression stuff or any of the stuff on camcorder that's close up. But it's good enough, you know. Yeah. Hopefully it shouldn't be too harsh on the ears, but probably just a bit sort of tinny. But other than that, it's okay, you know. It was better than like what the camcorder was picking up anyway. Yeah. Camcorder barely picked up your voices at all in one of them.
Oh dear.
That was lucky we had that. So anyway.
Now you're worrying me.
So anyway. Yeah.
Great fun.
AAA games.
Yeah. So I just wanted to, because we're going to finish up soon, I just wanted to have a quick chat about some of the AAA titles we did play. So Assassin's Creed 4. Now, I know you're not really a big Assassin's Creed gamer.
I played it. I tried it.
Yeah.
In fact, me and Stacey were playing it on the same system. What we're basically doing is like taking turns. Every time one of us died, which we did a lot, we just trade it over to each other. Because I've never really. Stacey's played, I think, 1 or 2 of them briefly. Yeah. But I've never played them. So
don't feel too bad, because basically it was an open world. I was amazed by that. It was actually an open world demo. Okay. They just let you go, didn't they, around the world for 15 minutes? And you know why that is, though, because I mean the game is coming out 1st of November, so it must, it has to be.
It's
done.
Probably the finished build.
Yeah, I mean it looked great, didn't it? It didn't look choppy in any way.
Yeah, well, that was the PS4 version. So I don't know how that compares to the. Current gen versions, but I'm sure.
Well, basically, what I was going to say is don't feel too bad, because obviously, because we were trapped in the middle of the open world, there were no tutorials, and they've tweaked the controls again, and you don't even know the controls from free anyway.
No.
So, basically, I knew how to do all the counters. I basically just
ran around killing guys and then getting killed by loads of them showing up. I think one time Stacey was playing it, she was running away from like 30 people that were chasing her. I was like, you're not going to survive.
I mean, I knew how to do most of the fighting, but they have just slightly tweaked things. So it's like I had to sort of learn as I go. But yeah, I mean, it played great. It was a little bit, I can't explain it. Maybe it's just because I was getting used to that controller or something. But I found it a little tiny bit stiffer than 3 was.
Okay.
Where like there was a bit where I was running through the streets and I was turning a lot, and I wasn't turning as sharp as I usually would. It felt a bit floaty in places.
Okay.
But I mean, the climbing controls are still the same, which is generally it works. But you do tend to sort of stick to things if you're not careful. Like if you run too close to something, you go and just grab onto a wall. It's like, can you get off now? I call it Sticky Ninja. Because it's from Ninja Gaiden.
It goes a bit Spider-Man.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Like the Mega CD Spider-Man game was exactly like that. You go up to a wall and you just go,
yeah,
you just touch it. Yeah.
Well, Ninja Gaiden was always the worst for that because I'd try and jump sort of near a wall and he was and sometimes you get stuck between a wall and an enemy. You jump off the wall, hit an enemy, bounce back onto the wall. He was just go. So I really liked what I played of Assassin's Creed. I didn't actually do as much as I was hoping in that 15 minutes because I wanted to get a bit of everything in. So I went around on the ship for a while and I tried to swim. I couldn't submerge. I couldn't work out the button to submerge.
Nah.
I think you might have to unlock it or something.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just basically got off the boat. I had a bit of a fight with another ship.
You haven't had enough swimming lessons yet to go underwater. You need to buy some goggles.
Goggles. Iron boots. But so I did a little bit of swimming. I swam up to your first kind of what they call. They're just called bars or ports, taverns, where you go and you can do all sorts of things. I ran around, found a few like collectibles, like feathers. I think they were, opened a few chests, and then you helped me get to the town with the fast travel system, and then I just fought a bunch of guys and just killed loads of people. And so I tried to get in as much as I could of everything. I generally found it very fun indeed, and I love the sounds. That was my favourite thing as well.
Oh, okay.
When you're walking through the that little tavern and you got all these different.
We weren't playing it on headphones because we kept changing it. So.
Well, the voice acting was brilliant. Everyone was like, "What love way?" It was like, and there was all these voices. Obviously, headphones is better anyway. Yeah. But there was all these voices, like 30 odd voices on the go at once, and I could hear them. And as I'm swinging around, I could hear them moving with me. Yeah, really nicely done. Yeah. And that was the thing I enjoyed the most about it. It was the sort of authentic. Yes,
it's another one of them games like when you started GTA 5, where you're just probably going to spend in the first few hours just checking out the atmosphere,
just sailing around the Caribbean, going, look at that. There's things. Because with me,
just sitting in the bar or something, or watching some of the people get drunk in the background and stuff.
Absolutely.
That's what I like about some of these open world games now. They're getting to the point where they can actually feel like real world. So
that's right.
So it's almost like you're going on a holiday. Yeah. And then killing people.
Well, I've said I've said it my favourite kind of holiday.
I think like Shenmue was like the first game that kind of felt like that for me.
It certainly was the one that got me into it all.
It almost felt like the hut, like the house place, was your hotel, and you just coming out and out this little town that you were next to.
Well, I've said it a couple of times in different podcasts, haven't I? But when companies actually work on their worlds and they spend a lot of time just getting the look of it before you even do like the gameplay or anything, you just get the world looking the part, and they put a lot of focus in it. I will generally reciprocate that by spending lots of time doing nothing, just wandering around going, oh wow, that's pretty. So people, if you do spend the time, I will spend the time gawking at it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna kind of wrap up now. We've still got more that we can talk about.
Well, that's where our coverage is going to come in. I guess we did talk a lot about it yesterday. Yeah, and we've done all that. We've got to put out all in the videos.
So basically,
we've still got. We've probably got. I've still got a lot of work to do on these videos, so I've got a lot of videos to put out. But basically, it's probably going to be for the next 2 weeks. We're going to be putting videos out, so there's going to be a lot of videos on our channel at the moment.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be quite busy with all that, getting that out.
Yeah, and
I don't know exactly how many videos it's going to be in total yet, but I reckon it'll be at least 10.
Wow.
That's a lot. I reckon it'll be about 10. I'm trying to think how I'm going to organise some of the games so far, or whether I'll put them all into one video or what. But
so as you can see, we're still kind of working it all out because that's just how big this year's show has been.
Yeah, we've got so much to work with, even despite the fact that we couldn't film everything we wanted to and whatnot.
Imagine if we had the full 4 days and how much we'll be sifting through now.
That's what we want to do next year, though. If we can, that's our plan for next year.
Absolutely.
If we get press passes again, because they give you press passes for the 2 days.
That's
right. We'll buy tickets for the other 2 days. We'll have to book them really early as well. Because
Yeah.
this year they sold out really quick.
Absolutely.
Hopefully this time we can try and get more of us to go as well. Because there was only the 3 of us this time.
Yeah, if we had a bigger group, we would have had lots more coverage as well, wouldn't
Yeah,
we?
I would have thought so, yeah.
But this is the thing, it's still a sort of work in progress. No, not a work in progress, but we learn extra things as we go along.
We're still getting there. We're
But-
still a small thing
Yeah.
at the moment. And
We're still very
we're starting to
grassroots,
make some
yeah.
contacts though. And
Oh,
we've got
yes.
a few cards.
Well, that's
and
another
stuff.
thing I wanted to mention as well was by the time, probably before, actually definitely before all these videos are out, we would make those announcements I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
So, you know, there's some very exciting things happening. We're lucky here at the moment. So, yeah, stay with us. We're still going.
Yeah, don't worry. I know we've mostly only been putting up podcasts each week lately,
Yeah.
but that's going to change soon. We've got plenty of stuff planned.
Absolutely.
We've got quite a few videos that are actually sitting on the back burner a little bit that just need to be finished off, and then they can go out.
Which is a great sort of stage we've gotten to now. Where we're
yeah,
sitting
we've gotten
on...
to the point where
Yeah.
it's kind of unfortunate to say we are actually kind of sitting on a few things.
Yeah.
We just need to finish off little details and then, you know, get time to render them all out.
That's right.
So at the moment, I'm just focusing on getting all this Eurogamer stuff sorted, get that all out, and then, then we can start working on other bits and bobs.
That's right. So, this has been another podcast, episode 13.
Yep.
I've been Murray Curry,
I've been the Gagger Man.
and you've been you.
Whoever you are, probably PC Wizard.
Oh, yeah.
I know, we have other listeners.
I think. Okay.
Yeah. So Phil will be back next week. So
Absolutely.
it'll be back to the 3 of us, back to the trio.
Back to the trio, yeah. Back to the way things have been. I don't know where I was gonna go with that. I think we should play us out with a track, and we will see you next week.
Yeah. See you later. I just realised we didn't actually tell you what the song was, so we kind of need to add this in at the end. That was a Pressure Cooker from VVV, or 6 V's in a row, or whatever you want to interpretate it as. I think that title has multiple meanings, but yeah, fantastic little game that you can get on Steam and 3DS, I believe. So yeah, the entire soundtrack of that game's amazing. Yeah, so yeah, we're done. Bye.